What's up, Killjoys? Anarchy tuning in here before we get into this broadcast. As you probably realize, these are older broadcasts back from when we first started. They are a great place to start listening or catch up. But the only issue is that back then we were new to the game and had no clue how far BLI's reach was. So we just threw any song that tickled our fancy into the mix. But some of them were owned by BLI, making it a big old pain to get up on things like YouTube. So what we've done for the episodes where we weren't smart enough to use music that BLI didn't control is we've just cut the music out. Bummer, I know, but don't worry. Luckily, it only took us till broadcast 8 to figure it out, so that's where the rocking tunes return. Alternatively, if you would rather listen to the broadcast with the tunes, and I don't blame you, the links to where you can will be in the description. Keep it rockin', Killjoys, and on to the broadcast.
I hope it's a glorious day out in the zones for all you listeners, because we're coming in hotter than the radioactive sun for anyone who can catch our waves. This is Banshee Strike, and I'm proud to announce the signal blocker Sunshine Soldier pulled together turned out to be better than expected. And when you got a tracker cracker that's poppin' and rockin', you can afford to lay down some roots. With our makeshift safe haven out here in the zone still sitting unknown to Drax and drones alike, you better hold on tight for the joyride of your life. While Shadow Crystal and Dreamcatcher Grenade are pulling together some homewares and overseeing the DIY to keep us giving you the FYI, we've decided to camp out for a little longer and test the waters of staying still for a moment. We are planning a way out if things go all Costa Rica, of course, but we're keeping our heads high and hopeful while we can. Hold the line, listeners. We got a little issue I got to attend to.
Well, hello to all you desert beauties out there. Agent Anarchy here with the rest of the news because Banshee ran off to stop Shadow and Dreamcatcher from blowing their heads off with a dodgy microwave we found out back. The move-in process has been a little slow here at Static HQ, but no sweat for you listeners. We're keeping the broadcast loud, proud, and on the regular. So keep your masks on, your boots tight, and your ray guns close, because we've got the perfect soundtrack for your next clap with the Drax. We're spinning the first tune right now, a jammer requested by many of you Zone Rats. Some people call this crew the Youngbloods, but everyone loves Fall Out Boy singing The Phoenix. A fast-paced banger like that always gets my blood pumping and hot and ready to blow some stuff up. But with the face Sunshine is making at me right now, it seems they're hopeful I'll get blown sky high.
Speaking of high and hopeful, this is Dreamcatcher Grenade, and we here at the Static want to remind you all not to take any weird pills hanging around at the moment. We got a source spin and some whispers that these bite-sized danger bombs we mentioned in our last broadcast are coming out of the BLI medication plant in Zone 2. And if any of you high flyers and low riders have gone for a joyride through Zone 2, you'll know firsthand that the plant is causing all the acid rain in that sector of the zone. If the skies are crying out some deadly juice, just imagine what those drugs could do to your mind. One of these new drugs is getting a second wind off the back of a Mad Garen Missile Kid concert. The stuff is being called Ravencroft, so if some dirt dog is offering it to you, it's time to run for the hills. Otherwise you might end up all factory reset back in the city or stone cold on the horizon taking a walk with the Phoenix Witch. We also got a little update on the wind from the Rat, but we're sad to say it's anything but groovy. There's been a dust-up in South Station, with a drag storm putting the treatment plant on hold for a few moons. While the shacks are still standing and the water's still kind of flowing, it looks like it's going to be a little longer before it's safe to go back to low down Zone 6. No word on who's been clapped off stage right to a tap dance with the Phoenix Witch, but the missing list is piling up with no sign of stopping. We picked up a line from another Joy recently, and unless you want to join a list of another kind, you might want to tune your hearing to this one. A slick kicker named Clickbang and their crew are planning something that's all kinds of Costa Rica in Zone 2, so if you're hanging low in that zone, you're in for a surprise of sorts. We also got... Shit. I'll be right back, mother babies. It looks like Shadow may have just accidentally lit a fire. That's usually Anarchy's job. For now, here's Hazy Shades of Winter, a cover of the Simon & Garfunkel song by Gerard Way and Ray Toro.
A song like that is always sweet music to my ears, and knowing that Gerard and Ray are running together once again, if only temporarily, is sugary sweet. But that's not the only noise on the waves we got for you. We got you the lowdown on the zones, and now we're picking up some tasty morsels from the city. If you remember a few clicks back, we mentioned the sour sounds of school sirens in the city were playing their clanky notes because the brainwashed stations they call school is back in session. We intercepted some Drax radio chatter spilling juicy secrets, and one of them happened to be that this year, the number of schoolyard runaways is at an all-time high. Keep your eyes peeled for any drifters in the zones looking a little too young to be running alone. Baby Joys might need a helping hand to get past the starting line in the zones. In my past, I hopped the fence and flew the classroom cuckoo nest, and I can tell you firsthand that the first few weeks in the zones are rough running it without a crew. So do some Baby Joys a favor and stick it to BLI all in one by taking in any schoolyard strays you find. Speaking of strays, we caught wind of a crew of juvie hall kids getting busted at a droid club in the lobby district of the city. The details are still fuzzy, like the static of an empty radio wave, but it sounds like those kids were using the basement of their club as their home base. Our sources mention a few of the kids got out, but most were taken to the White Towers of BLI headquarters. If we got any listeners tuning in from the city, you might want to take cover, otherwise you might end up back in factory reset mode. After the club bust, there has been a wildfire hunt of chatter on Drax and Scarecrow Wave.
Anarchy, listen to this. I just got some more city news. Sunshine was testing the new frequency skipper and we picked up some noise from a station in the city. All the BLI stations are putting out a search for someone who left a boombox in Central Square. Sounds like some runners slipped back into the city and left some music playing on a rooftop. It's still bumping some classic beats from high in the sky, and Scarecrow officials can't find a way to get it down.
That's some kick-ass news. I hope all the city droids and drones enjoy the tunes. Speaking of, it's just about time for another bop for you listeners. This one goes out as a reminder to all you zone rats and city punks. There might be BLI cities all over what's left of the globe, but there are even more rebels like us all over the trenches and other cities, making music and keeping free thought alive. This is a song by some rebels fighting the good fight. It's called Neko and the Niners by 21 Pilots.
Here at 000 The Static, we're keeping the fight alive against BLI just like those banditos out in the trench. The life of a rebel runner can be hard at times, but having a crew makes it just a little bit better. That's why...
Shit!
Well, Killjoys, looks like Sunshine just burned their fingers soldering a circuit board. I'm sure Shadow is on it with the patch-up process, but we still have a ways to go to get settled into Coyote Crew HQ.
If any of you Joys with more permanent vault holes got any tips or tricks for planting roots, we'd love to hear them. The going is slow, but I'm sure we'll have this place looking all Audrey Hepburn in no time. I'm Dreamcatcher Grenade, and it's been real, Killjoys.
Yeah, I just need to set some booby traps and we'll be right as rain. It's a little unprotected, but nothing some fire and steel won't fix. Well, we better hop to it. This is Agent Anarchy, signing off.
They call me Banshee Strike, and I'll give Shadow Crystal and Sunshine Soldier a shout-out too while I'm at it. We'll send you off with one more tune called Kill the Nazi Next Door by Plasma Canvas. Over and out, Killjoys.